Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to make a clicks per second website to kind of learn and use JavaScript and HTML basic knowledge, and also just a little side project for fun. So before we get into the code part of the video, if you would like to join my Discord below, if you need any help, you have any errors from this video, or you just want to join a programming Discord, the link is below. But let's get into the code. Alright, so I already have all three of my basic HTML, CSS, and JS website build files. Only the HTML file has anything in it, and that is just the basic HTML layout. So first we're going to start in the body, and we're going to add a button. And let's just put click me to start as the text there. And we're going to give this an ID of but for button, and we're going to add a attribute here for on click, and that's going to be called, let's say, handle click, and that will be the function we will create later. Now we are going to create a div for holding the time left. So in this div we are going to put, let's just say, time left. And for now we'll just put 15s, as we will be using 15 seconds for the example in this video. And then I will give this div an ID, and I'll just say time is the ID, sorry. Alright, so now first we're going to create a variable to hold the number of clicks we have done. So let clicks equal 0, and now we're going to create our handle click function. So function handle click, and I believe that was the name. Yeah, handle click. Alright, so inside this function, the first thing we're going to do is create two constants to hold our elements, our button and div. So first for the button, I'll just say const but equals documents dot get element by ID, and then that is but for the ID, and then const time equals documents dot get elements by ID, and that is time. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is just do clicks plus plus, so we increment our number of clicks every time we do click. Now we're going to do but dot inner HTML equals clicks. And now we're going to create a variable for our time left, and I'm just going to call that time num, and that's going to equal 0. So next up we're going to create an if statement, and if is nan, and we're going to check our inner HTML of button. So if it is not a number, meaning there was no clicks yet, or if button inner HTML is less than or equal to 1, I'm going to add our brackets, and then inside this if statement, the first thing we are going to do is make a set timeout function, And in here, the first thing we're going to do is set the inner HTML of our button to a string, and we're going to create a template literal, so this has to be a backtick string. And the first thing we're going to do is clicks times 4. Since we are doing 15 seconds, we're going to do times 4 to get to those 60 seconds. And then I'm just going to say clicks per min, I guess. That sounds about right. And then we're going to just do button dot remove attribute, and we're going to remove our onClick attribute. Cool. Okay. There we go. So that should remove the onClick after it is done. And then we're going to set the time of this to 15 seconds, so 15,000 since this is in milliseconds. Next I'm going to create another if statement, and this if statement is going to check if our button inner HTML is equal to 1 but in a string. And if it is, we are going to create a variable to store an interval. So this is going to set an interval and also have it stored in a variable. So I'm just going to call this int var for int variable, or interval variable, sorry. And then this is going to equal set interval. Alright, so inside of this set interval function, what we are going to do is first time num minus minus, so that is going to increment down 1 every time this interval is called. And then we're also going to do time dot inner HTML equals another string time left, and then we're going to do another template literal, so backtick string, sorry, and then we're just going to put time num s 4 seconds. Alright, so this will be set for 1000 milliseconds, so every 1 second this will go, since this is the timer, every 1 second. Alright, next we're going to set timeout function again. Alright, and this will be for another 15 seconds. And inside this one, all we're going to do is clear the interval of int var. So this will stop the interval once the 15 seconds is up. So I'm going to format that. Already good. I believe this is already done as well. Okay, so I'm going to launch this with live server. Alright, so once we have this up, all we have to do is click this, and every time we click, the number will go up, time left will go down every 1 second, and after 15 seconds everything will stop. So for demonstration, alright, sorry I messed time num up. This is actually equal to 15 and not 0, because if we start at 0 it's going to go back into the negatives, but 15, minus 15 is going to go to 0, so that fixes it. So now if we just keep clicking this, the time will stay fine, the number will increase, and as you can see, since we only did 4 seconds, or 15, sorry, it multiplies by 4 to get clicks per minute. So then it displays your clicks per minute and time left. So that is how you make this clicks per second tester, and that is basically all you need to know, but I am just going to add a little bit of styling if you want to stay and watch that. So onto the styling, There won't be much, but I'm going to do this. Alright, so I'm going to set the body background color to, how about antique white? And then what I'm actually going to do is wrap these in a div, these elements in a div, because we actually, whoops, alright, format that. Putting those in a div will center both of them without me having to do more CSS. So all I have to do is put, actually I'm going to set a ID on this. So ID equals container. Then we can just do hashtag container, and we're going to text align center, and then I believe we can do font size, and we'll just say 25 pixels, and font family, we'll go with this. Alright, so now as you can see, we have this styled page. Click that, and as you can see, this looks way better. I actually really like this font for this setup. But that is how you create a basic clicks per second checker site thing. I don't know exactly what you would want to call it, but it's a little side project, you know, kinda little side fun thing to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got something out of this video. Like the video if you like, comment any thoughts you have down below, subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and I am out.